We have XRP, Bitcoin eventually, and an article regarding the exploration of use cases for blockchain technology in the Philippines. Lots going on here in the crypto sphere. Starting off with XRP, we have continued consolidation at resistance overhead. Watch out for 46 cents, waiting to give us a hard time. Once daily candles have opened and closed with wicks and bodies above it, we can potentially consider it as support and look to invest our 20% support-based investment ratio. At the moment, the strongest horizontal level waiting for us in any sort of continued downside, as bearish robos are in play ever since the middle of April there. We have been saved from 53% in downside so far. At the moment, till bullish robos return, bearish robos would suggest continued sideways and or downside toward this 25 cent horizontal level waiting for us. 30 cents, however, has been visualized as a potential price we may experience a bullish interaction with. Though we are not eager to invest in at that level, we would want continued solidification of its significance, multiple bullish interactions with it before we can jump into it as support. At the moment, the strongest horizontal level, as I mentioned, is 25 cents. 20% will be invested in at support, whichever level that may be, either 25 cents down below, perhaps 30 cents if we can solidify it, or 46 cents above, whichever one comes first, and we can invest 50% when two of our chosen three robos return to a bullish state. Last time we've experienced bullish confirmations, we've experienced 90% in gains moving forward. We have another instance back in October of last year of 20% in upside. Zooming back, we have another instance of, tens of percentages in gains here. Just kidding. Hundreds of percentages, 248% in upside between March and April of 2021 with bullish confirmations from EngineeringRobo here. And so that remaining 30% can be invested in when daily candles open and close above this descending trend line, whenever that may be. It may take a while to get there, though, in my opinion, we can more comfortably anticipate continued kind of gains moving forward if we have solidified a breakout sort of out of it. But we're going to take a bit of a different perspective here at the moment. Previous analysis videos we have suggested sideways kind of moving forward and potentially anticipate price action similar to between the end of November of 2020 into the beginning of April of 2021. We have a few months of some very volatile sideways that we could potentially consider here. If I were to mystically and magically steal this bit of price action here, and if I were to just bring it kind of to the side, and then bring it down slightly, we can see a mild correlation in the price action here. So history may not repeat itself, but it often does rhyme. And so if price action were to play out in any sort of similar manner, we would see interactions sort of downward here, potentially toward lows near that 17-cent level before recovering and returning up past that 46-cent level. So in my opinion, it would not be impossible to see this type of price action here moving forward. That may even allow us to get up out of this descending trend line kind of before we reach the end of it, though we go with the flow of crypto. Let me know down below your thoughts on XRP currently. So the Philippines has started exploring blockchain technology use cases, launching a training program for researchers in the government's Department of Science and Technology. So the department aims to produce blockchain development specialists that could support the government in various applications of the technology, and the program has received funding that could cover the expenses of training information technology specialists and researchers. The Secretary of Science and Technology is quoted saying, "Blockchain is an important emerging technology that the country needs to develop." And the article finishes with mention of PayMaya, a digital payment provider based in the Philippines, launching a crypto trading feature within its application. the app often used in the Philippines for online shopping or transferring money locally, has listed Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other prominent cryptocurrencies for trading with the Philippine peso. And lastly, it mentions that the company behind PayMaya has surpassed a billion-dollar valuation. But lots going on here in the crypto sphere, but find this article in the description. We have the buy 4, buy 2, and early bird looking at Bitcoin here. It would appear we have experienced a nice bit of upside and a bullish interaction with my ever forming support level, $28,422 per Bitcoin. Ever since that early bird confirmation, we have experienced a dramatic 11.5% in upside. And, if you're savvy enough at trading, you could have easily capitalized on that short-term movement. At the moment, we are watching to see if this plays out. Overhead, $34,655 per Bitcoin. Waits to give us a hard time as a much more significant level of resistance, kind of to watch out for. If we can get back above it and confirm it as support, that would be great. We can also watch out for this descending trend line as well if we were to get up there. But in my opinion, we have yet to see a second, bullish Robo come into play. So we would need that, double confirmation there to invest that 50% EngineeringRobo based investment ratio. At the moment, we are waiting for further solidification of 28,422 to invest that 20% support-based investment ratio. And we are awaiting for interaction with this descending trend line to then be considering the 30% descending trendline based investment ratio. We always go with the flow of the confirmations in crypto, no matter the situation, and we need Robo. So at the moment, we have been saved from crippling downside ever since the beginning of April there. So far, a dramatic 36% in downside has unfolded, and sadly, depending on some, in the immediate short term here, we are still prophesizing, potential continued sideways and or downside toward the end of this year. In my opinion, it is not impossible for us to trade all the way toward the end of this descending trend line before we kind of make our way back upward. I do anticipate breaking previous all-time highs and interacting with the soon-to-be revealed FOMO zone. But let me know your thoughts on Bitcoin down below. Never fear, yo, we're here near the fear zone. Bars. We are suggested to accumulate during interaction with this range. We have been hypothesizing some continued downside here, up to 45% in downside since entering the fear zone, which would bring us to a nice potent $20,000 Bitcoin. And we have been hypothesizing some continued sideways here for several months potentially. So we're going to do the mystical, magical, price action grab. Bringing this section of price action all the way back from 2018. We're going to bring it forth here potentially if we line it up to when we have entered the fear zone. This would be a nice little forecast of potential sideways that we may experience, and it strategically brings us all the way to the beginning of November there, sideways until the end of the year. So that would not be impossible for us at all, and would be a rather bullish, in my opinion, healthy, necessary evil for us to undergo before we can make our way upward past all-time highs and into that FOMO zone. Still, $188,000 per Bitcoin, steadily climbing by the day. That is going to be where we consider a much more reasonable market top. If you are looking for one, we anticipate extreme FOMO at that level, though someone has to buy the top, hopefully not yourself, because you're in the FOMO zone, and Robo tells you to take some profits during interaction with those prices. But at the moment, accumulate here during times of extreme fear. Potentially, traders may be selling during this short-term move upward. Watch out for continued moves downward here and potentially interactions with that $20,000 level. So, in my opinion, 45% in downside would bring us near $19,765 per Bitcoin, and that comes from previous sort of dumps into the fear zone here. 45% in downside from entering the fear zone has occurred twice before, and it is not impossible to occur again. Let me know down below your thoughts on Bitcoin and crypto. Thank you so much for hearing my analysis, and tune in. for the next one.